Well, here we are. Uh, the, we've gotten through the presentation. I'm here with Jesse Simpson, the 2017 Firefighter of the Year. And Jesse, how do you feel now that you've made it through the presentation?
Well, I survived this speech, which was the hardest part for me. So it feels awesome to be here. I've never been to the state fire school, so it's an awesome experience. I'm looking forward to the next years to come. It's awesome to see what people can do when they come together and put on an event like this.
Yeah, it's really spectacular. Largest gathering of emergency personnel all year long in the state, which is awesome. So let me ask you, what influenced you in the first place to become a Marine?
So, as I shared in my speech there on 9/11, I was in 7th grade, and just seeing the events that happened, the country come together, the firefighters that went in, the Marines that went in, and all the people come together. It just inspired me to, although I had a lot of trouble growing up, um, getting in trouble, that was my first clear mission, and I decided then that I would be a Marine or firefighter, and I made sure that happened.
How old were you?
I was in 7th grade when I
Seventh
started.
grade,
Yeah.
and you've stuck with it. That's incredible.
Sure.
That's incredible. So how long have you been out now?
I've been on the Marine Corps for about 6.5 years. I got out in January of 2011.
Okay. And how'd you land in Arizona?
So I'm originally from Iowa. I was stationed at Camp Pendleton, California in the Marine Corps. Moved back to Iowa, and then after about 2 years of community college, trying to figure out which route was the best way, I decided to go to Arizona, Storage City. So I moved down here, did a year of undergraduate study, got picked up at Base of Fire in October of 2014. Did my probationary year there, and then I went back and finished up at ASU graduating in December last year.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So you actually, in 7th grade, decided to be a Marine and a firefighter, and you followed through with this. Was Mesa the first fire department that you applied with?
Yes, sir, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Did you get it right away?
Yes, sir, I did. I was very fortunate. I was 4 year, get my bill, get as well educated as I could, and then to test during the process. I figured I could test to different cities and that kind of stuff. And then, lucky enough, just by chance, I heard about the Mesa test. Just by chance, I was right place, right time. Met some awesome people, ride-alongs, fell in love with the city, and then I tested back in May of 2014 and got the call in September. And now here I am, about 3 years later.
Wow. I'd say that's karma for Jesse, and very fortunate Mesa Fire. So the night of the call with this department issue, when did you first determine in your own mind that you were probably dealing with a veteran?
The gentleman mentioned he was a veteran, and he mentioned he has struggled with PTSD. He apologized a handful of times for even calling us in the first place. He just said he did do.
Was that on the first call or the second call?
I don't remember even talking to the gentleman on the first call. We mostly talked to the maintenance staff that was there, and we kind of got their word they were going to help out, and then we left it up to them. And then on the way back, on the second call rather, on the way back in, we saw him on the toilet, just trembling, angry as can be, and just a raw human emotion. The person was overwhelmed. And it being so late, wasn't a whole lot we could do. So I went back and I laid in my bed and I just started sending out emails to some city council members, to different veterans organizations, just trying to get something for this guy because it's out there, but someone in his position, it's hard to attain. It's hard to get a hold of. And through the contacts I've made with my nonprofit, then I've been fortunate enough to meet some of the awesome people that are out there, ready and willing to help, like this gentleman.
So you had this in your mind as soon as you saw the gentleman, and then you go back to the station, and it's already gone through your head, and so were you able to make contacts at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning when you got back to the station?
I just started sending off the emails. I wanted
Emails.
first thing on the desk. I don't remember what day of the week it was, but that way the first thing the people that I was emailing would see was that. And I got emails right back away. Some people from the Salvation Army, 211, the veteran side of that. Just some awesome people came together, and I had no way of getting in contact with the gentleman, so I took him breakfast, burritos in the morning, met him and his daughters, and kind of explained what I was doing. He was just very appreciative of the idea that someone is out there looking for him. So I think he felt like he was the only one in the world just beating him down. So I was just trying to do what I can to bring him some breakfast and pick him back up.
That's awesome. That's great. You inspire me, and you inspire everybody else that was here today with what you're doing. Great leadership. So you ended up creating a nonprofit foundation, ComFit and Complete.
Sure.
How long did it take you to put that together, and what gave you the idea to get that going?
So ComFit Complete has been a dream of mine, I'd say, for about 6 years. I was a former at-risk youth, almost went off as a failure. I had a mentor when I was a young kid. The gentleman that was named Mr. Blue, and he would take us to the YMCA, lift weights, got us out of our heads, basically, in the community. And one of the last things Mr. Blue did was take me and 2 other boys, so 3 of us 7th and 8th graders, to tour of the downtown juvenile court detention center in Des Moines, Iowa. Kind of like a scare tactic sort of thing. We're going to end up here if you guys keep messing around. And at the end of that, we sat in front of a judge. And the judge, among other things, looked at one of us, said, "You'll be dead by the time you turn 18. You'll be in jail by the time you turn 18, and you have a chance to write your own story." So I always say I don't know what happened to other boys, but I like to think of this is my second chance. Either way, like I talked about, the Marines, the firefighter, have always been a passion of mine. So I cleaned it up just enough. I guess I should say Mr. Blue was laid off about a year after our mentorship started, and then I kind of lost that role model. I got right back into trouble. My mom ended up having to kick me out, sent me to my dad's. But I kept the vision, my focus clear enough to join the Marine Corps, which I did. I had a very awesome career. I was Marine of the Quarter, 2 meritorious promotions, went on 3 deployments, went to Afghanistan, and then on the way out, kind of headstrong. I've been in combat. I can handle anything. I felt pretty hard reintegrating back in the civilian world. What I found to help me was getting back into my physical form, working out again, of course, and then the structure that school provided. But really when I started to notice the difference is when I started to volunteer. So my mom owns a daycare, and she has since I was a kid. So I've always been around kids. So naturally I was like, I want to do something more. So I started volunteering with kids. And just one of the most notable trips I took was on a volunteer trip to Lima, Peru. On the way down there I wrote about in my journal that I couldn't wait to help kids. It was clear on the way back, though, that they had helped me. They had made me complete, and that's where the ComFit Complete comes from.
Very good.
And so basically, over the years, ComFit Complete has morphed into what it is now, and now it's a leadership and resiliency training program that'll bring out the best version of our youth through self-reflection exercises, experiential learning practices, community exploration opportunities, and then, of course, a mentorship with a veteran or first responder. So I'm looking to build that now and see where it goes and see how many people we can help that can help us along the way.
You have anybody working with you at this point on the program, or are you still all on your own?
I've spent hundreds of hours. I got my 501c3 back for the nonprofit back in March, and I've spent, I guess I should say, so December of 2016 I graduated, and finally I was able to get some time. It just didn't work out in my schedule that I'd do it until then. I got hired on probation. I went back to school. And just some life circumstances. My buddy who died of a heroin overdose in November of last year, just more fuel to the fire. And I remember thinking in February this year that, it's now or never. And I don't want to sit back and look back on my life and wonder, what if I would have done this? So I jumped in, and it's been a hell of a ride the last few months, many sleepless nights and all that kind of stuff. But as of now, I just had my first board meeting actually 2 nights ago. So I brought some experts in, some life coaches, some psychologists, behavioral health specialists, all these different people that are bringing their different areas of expertise together. And I'm hoping to do some awesome work for these kids and the veterans and firefighters and police around the country, community, and then the country.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. Can you tell me how things are coming along with the mobile app now, with your attempt to get a replacement program going for Mesa?
Yeah, so the suicide prevention app, the founder's name's Chris Munch. He is very good friends with 2 of my very good friends that I served with in the Marine Corps, brothers of mine. He's an awesome guy. I met him a handful of times, and he has an incredible story to share as well about being a psychologist and what he saw. And he saw a problem, and he's aiming to fix it with the suicide prevention app. And once we connected, it just seemed like a natural fit with the CM and the community behavioral units in Mesa going out, or whatever's going on there. It just makes so much sense that that our resiliency department, Mason Fire and Medical, will partner with the Suicide Prevention app. And to be honest, I'm not sure what has happened with that. I'm going to follow up with Chris and see what's going on. But it just, it's just such an awesome program, what he's doing. And he's an awesome person with an awesome story to tell. And
yeah, it makes sense. If anybody could get this integrated, I think it's going to be Jesse. How surprised were you when you found out that your captain nominated you for Firefighter of the Year?
To be honest, I was completely blindsided by it. I was actually having a pretty hard day. I was really busy at work, scrambling with my nonprofit, scrambling at work. At Ladder 201, we have a lot of sleepless nights. And then he called me to the office and he just handed me this piece of paper, and I was like, whoa, it was completely unexpected. Felt honored to have it, of course, and I was reading through, and it sounds like, okay, awesome. I've been nominated, but according to the dates, it said that I would be notified no later than the winner would be notified, 2 days before that. So I was like, I've been nominated. That's awesome. I appreciate, Mike Castillo nominating me. And then I got a call from you the day before, the next day, 3 days past the last day, and I was like, whoa. I remember I was.
It makes for a more dramatic surprise.
Yes, it was incredible. And I remember telling you I wasn't ready for a speech. I was scrambling to get dressed, but I haven't got a chance to really, soak it all in yet. But this has been an awesome experience, so I appreciate all the work you've done.
Awesome. What did your parents think when you let them know?
My mom's over there. You can go ask her, but I think she's pretty proud of it. They're all really excited. They're very, both my parents and my whole family has been very supportive of everything I do. I've always kind of been the wild one, the one to join the Marines, the one to do Arizona, the one to do this and that, and they've always been there right on my side.
I'll let you both fantastic.
She's my number one fan. I think she's always there to support me. She's awesome.
Okay, well, it's really great to have everybody here, and I'm just so happy to have got to meet you and your family, and now your crew, and to be able to share this experience with you. So again, on behalf of United Fire and Arizona Fire Service, congratulations, my friend.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you all.